I stopped making justifications for 10 days. What happened shocked me. You do not realize the moment it starts happening. One day, you explain why you answered late. Another day, you explain your tone, your decision, your silence, your boundary, your exhaustion. At first, it feels like maturity. It feels kind, responsible, loving. But there is a dangerous line between healthy communication and slowly putting your soul on trial. What if the real problem is not that people misunderstand you? What if the real problem is that you became addicted to being understood by people who already decided to see you as wrong? For 10 days, I stopped explaining myself. No long texts, no defending my intentions, no emotional presentations trying to prove that my heart was pure, my motives were good, my limits were valid. And something disturbing happened. Some people became uncomfortable. Some became colder. Some pushed harder. Because when you stop feeding people constant access to your guilt, they suddenly have to face something they were never prepared for. Your silence. Most people think self-respect feels powerful in the beginning. It does not. At first, it feels terrifying. You question yourself. You feel rude. You feel selfish. You wonder if you are becoming the problem. And that is exactly where the trap reveals itself. Because maybe you were never afraid of losing people. Maybe you were afraid of disappointing people who only felt close to you when you were busy explaining your existence. The next thing I discovered changed the way I see relationships, guilt, and even faith itself. Most people never notice how exhausting constant self-justification becomes. It hides inside ordinary conversations. You explain why you said no. You explain why you needed space. You explain why something hurt you. And without realizing it, you start living as your own defense lawyer. The dangerous part is not the explaining itself. The dangerous part is who you are explaining yourself to. Some people are not searching for clarity. They are searching for control. They ask questions they never intend to accept answers to. They keep you talking because your need to be understood gives them emotional power over you. And this creates a silent addiction. You begin to believe peace comes after one more explanation, one better message, one perfect conversation. But peace never arrives. Because you cannot explain yourself into acceptance with someone committed to misunderstanding you. The day I stopped doing it, something uncomfortable became obvious. The problem was not my communication. The problem was my need to earn permission to be respected. And once you see that truth, you cannot unsee it. Something strange happens when you stop explaining yourself to people who are used to your guilt. The atmosphere changes. Not because you became cold, not because you became arrogant, but because your silence removed a pattern they depended on. People who truly care about understanding you usually become calmer when you set a boundary. They may not agree immediately, but they listen. People who were feeding on your self-doubt react differently. They pressure you. They question your character. They act confused by limits you have every right to create. That shocked me. I always believed my explanations were protecting relationships. I thought I was keeping peace alive. I was wrong. In some relationships, my endless explaining was only keeping dysfunction comfortable. The moment I stopped over-defending my intentions, hidden dynamics started coming into the light. Who respected me stayed steady. Who needed constant access to my emotional uncertainty became restless. That is when I learned a hard truth. Silence does not only reveal who you are, it reveals who people become when they can no longer manage you through guilt. The hardest part about stopping self-justification is not dealing with other people. It is dealing with yourself. Because the first voice that attacks you is usually your own. You start asking dangerous questions. Am I being unfair? Am I becoming selfish? Should I explain just one more time so this tension disappears? That inner panic says a lot about what you were taught about love. Many people were trained to believe that being good means being endlessly available, endlessly understandable, endlessly patient. You become so committed to keeping everyone comfortable that you slowly abandon your own emotional truth. Then one day you choose silence, not passive aggression, not punishment, just quiet certainty. And your nervous system does not know what to do with it. Because peace feels unfamiliar when you spent years confusing anxiety with connection. That realization changed me. I discovered that not everyone deserves unlimited access to my explanations. Some people only valued my openness when it came wrapped in self-doubt. The moment I stopped negotiating my truth to avoid disappointing others, something inside me began to breathe again. One of the biggest lies you can believe is this: if you stop explaining yourself, people will think you are cruel. That fear controls more lives than most people admit. So you keep over-explaining your boundaries. You soften your truth. You apologize for decisions that protected your peace. You carry guilt for choosing yourself for once. But listen carefully. A healthy boundary does not become wrong because someone feels uncomfortable around it. That realization hit me harder than I expected. For years, I thought kindness meant making sure nobody misunderstood my heart. I thought love required endless emotional evidence. Then I stopped. No defending every choice. No emergency meetings to fix every distorted opinion about me. And something surprising happened. I did not become colder. I became clearer. I discovered that maturity is not forcing everyone to approve of your perspective. Maturity is accepting that some people will misunderstand you no matter how honest, soft, patient, or sincere you are. And the moment you stop sacrificing your mental peace to manage other people's perception, you begin to recover parts of yourself you thought were gone forever. On the 10th day, I expected to feel lonely. I thought silence would expose what I had lost. Instead, it exposed what I had been carrying. The pressure, the fear, the constant need to prove I was not the villain in someone else's story. For the first time, I noticed how much energy I had wasted trying to be understood by people who benefited from my confusion. And then the shock came. I did not lose myself when I stopped explaining. I found myself. Some people became distant, but their distance felt like information. Some stayed, but their presence felt calmer. And I finally understood the difference between someone who loves you and someone who loves your availability. This was not about becoming silent forever. It was about no longer begging to be seen. Because when your conscience is clean, your peace does not need a courtroom. And sometimes the strongest thing you can say is nothing, because your silence is no longer fear. It is freedom.